Captain's Log 37. What's up, guys? Sack Squad here, and we are on our way to Pomona Bushiroad World Championship. And I got with me, what's his name again? Jackass. Jellyman.
Oh, God.
Feed the Hunger. Just feed.
No, I thought it was Feed the Triggerless.
Feed the Triggerless and Cooch. And we're gonna tell you guys what we're gonna be playing this weekend and why. We're gonna start with Jackass.
Alright, so I'm playing Prisms. The main idea behind it was, it gives me options in most of the matchups, especially with Amelia being in there. Link, Joker, and Garo are kind of nullified. Plus, I get massive hand while getting multiple attacks. Pretty big columns and good strides.
Alright, Jellyman?
I'm playing HS. I think it's like really good. It's like it's a mid-range deck. So like, put down the opponent, but also have like a lot of stops.
Alright, and what we got? Feed?
Feed, I am running the Big Belly Great Nature build.
Because he has a big belly.
Well, Hannah's and I'm fat ass, so 2 points. The reason why I play Big Belly is because I get draw advantage later on, good power, good strides. Big Belly strides is a game pressure card. Pretty much push for game using that stride. And then just having the necessary resources throughout the game is pretty good in terms of matchups, so that's why I like it.
Alright, and I'm Cooch, and I'm going to be playing 7 Cs, Mr. Husbando. I think it's really good because you got early game pressure. Probably going to see a lot of gears, a lot of control decks, and Grand Blue takes advantage of that. Hopefully I don't run into too many like Angel Feathers or things that build big walls. And yeah, hopefully no Vanquisher, no Narcomi, no Deleters, fuck that shit. Yeah, that's about it. We will see you guys in Pomona.
Now we'll go to Jelly as he's stuffing his face.
Yeah. I played Angel Feathers, and my first round was against Dark Regulars, which was a pretty easy matchup, but he got 3 heals. I still ended up winning through Gabriel's stride, and my second matchup was a grade 1 7 Seas Pirate Rush, which I just stood on Nocio and basically gained hand advantage hella early. The third one was against 7 Seas. I used Gabriel for that one and basically made big hogs to win. On the fourth one, I played Night Rose, which was the hardest matchup, I think. It was the closest game too. He used Cannoneer to do the combo, like he would bring it back and then kill my Broken Hearts. So I eventually pushed him out because he ran out of cards. And then the fifth matchup was against the Joker, which I just totally lost because I didn't play poker. And the sixth one is when I lost focus. I played against Bermuda. And so yeah, I went 4-2.
Alright, next we'll go to Feed the Triggerless as I blind our driver. I'm going to stare away from him and go to the road, but you guys saw him. Go ahead, Feed.
Yeah, I don't want to die. So, I played Great Nature today. I had a fun day. I went 0-2.
The dream.
Died. Never ride an elephant in a Big Belly build. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, in our play testing, Feed was actually doing really good. And just you always get those unlucky days. Even like in the free play, he was just like falling apart.
Yep,
pretty bad.
Yeah, it was a bad luck day.
So you guys can see my face, but I'm not gonna blind myself. So I'm gonna stare back again at the road. I went actually into round 7. I started off the day playing against Altmile Brave, and I was playing Bermuda Triangle Prisms. For Altmile Brave, they couldn't. Their lanes weren't threatening, and they weren't generating enough hand to that side. So my first game, they couldn't generate enough hand. They couldn't threaten me in lane, so it was a really easy win. My second game, I went against Nubatama, and they had a G assist into their grade 3 and didn't get the Shiranui. So even though they were forcing things out of my hand, I'd still get a massive hand back. And again, they just couldn't do anything against me. I said it. I was playing Bermuda Triangle Prisms. I think I did. If I didn't, then I was playing Bermuda Triangle Prisms. My third match was against 7Cs. It was kind of an easy game just because the guy was telling me like he was fairly new with it. But I was doing the whole good guy, oh yeah, your column's 26, it's not 16. Always be the good guy if you can. It's just good practice. But yeah, he's a really cool guy.
Unless you get dumpstered.
Unless you get dumpstered, then be salty and an asshole. But, fourth round, another 7Cs deck. Oh joy, this was the first game where I actually went into time just because my opponent was checking everything. Cards in hand before turn, cards in hand after turn. Okay, let me look at everything. I mean, it's a smart way to play, but when it's 25-minute rounds and double loss, it's kind of annoying. And I felt like it was slow play, but it was whatever. I still got the win. Went into Olivia. He had no cards to guard her. So he had 2 heals left in deck. Did the drive check real quick. 3 damage and no heals. It was game over at that point. Next round, round 5, went against Big Belly. That was running some weird card choices compared to what we play tested. There were 10k beaters and things like that. And as Prism, I was actually at the point where I had more hand consistently than the Big Belly player, which for Great Nature is a detriment because a lot of their advantage comes from having big hand. That was another win. At this point, I'm 5-0. I'm on fire. Round 6. Round 6, I got my first loss. And this was a hard loss because I had the G assist on grade 1. First one of the day. His first drive check was a crit. And I fell behind. And the Chat Fox engine, you get so much advantage so quickly that I was just digging out of a hole and I couldn't get out of it. I tried. It didn't work. Going into round 7. Round 7, I needed one more win. Because the guy I played against ended up topping at Pomona. But again, a G assist in grade 3. I could have climbed out of it, but it was kind of hard with how much pressure they were applying with Mellum. I think if I had gotten off my feet, I maybe would have had a chance, but it was just an uphill battle again. And so I went 5-2, which isn't a horrible day, but it could have been way better. But that's pretty much it, Sackers. You can hear Hebby's version where he actually went top 4. And big shout out to our teammate Hebby. He'll be at Worlds. He's got his pin. It's awesome. Keep the triggers on your side. Don't ride elephant. O2 the dream, man.
What's up, guys? Cooch here. I'm re-recording my recap on BWC because our video kind of got messed up because we had to record at the middle of the night and lighting and yeah, all that stuff kind of sucked. Anyways, I was playing 7Cs. I went 3-2. My first matchup was against Chat Fox. I had a G assist at grade 2, and then he hit crit his first 3 swings. So turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. I died before I even got a stride, before they even handed out the papers with our name on it. So yeah, that kind of sucked. I was already down the hole, which means that like all my other games I had to play against people who were also like X1, so that also broke my tiebreakers. So I kind of knew I wasn't realistically gonna make top 8, so I kind of screwed around the rest of the tournament. The second round I played against Murakumo. He was playing Arigato Spark with Hayaki Vogue. He was like able to Shibaraku Buster and hit 5 triggers, which was kind of neat, but I kept on pressuring his hand, and then I was able to use Gash and close out the game because he just didn't have any PGs in hand. All he had was triggers, so it's not enough when Gash gives everybody like 6k to the board. My third matchup, I was a little scared because he had Vanquisher Stride sleeves, so I thought it was Narukami, and Narukami has a really good matchup against Grand Blue. And then he flips over Tachikaze, and like, oh thank God, I got this guy. So like I rushed him super early, like put a lot of pressure on, and then like he was still able to dogma. I don't know how. Like he dropped his entire hand. He dropped 2 heals, And then, of course, he gets 5 triggers, and you know, he thought he had me because he swung Dogma and I PGs. Then he like kills everybody, swings again, I PG, and then he swings to the rear guard for like 60k and 3 damage, and I'm like, oh, I got 3rd PG, man, GG's. So yeah, he didn't have anything after that, and I just went Night Row Stride and killed him. 4th matchup was against Freeze Ray Messiah. He wasn't able to keep the board locked because like I kept on hollowing my units, and then I was able to G-guard early to get the Cray out, and then I was able to poker. So I poker, unlocked the unit, and then I was able to call another unit, hollow that, so kept the board clean. So I took that pretty convincingly. And then my 5th matchup is my second loss, and that was against CBD. I played against him before because he actually goes to the same ARGs that we do, and I beat him at that one, so he beat me a little bit of sweet revenge. He was able to lock like 3 or 4 units on the board before I even got the poker, so like I unlocked one, but like big deal, because what's one rear guard gonna do, right? So yeah, I lost that. I was a little disappointed at 3-2. Like, you know, when you lose a first game like that, it's pretty demoralizing, knowing that it's like an almost an impossible battle. There's a lot of guys who went X1 and like didn't even get near top 8. Like I heard that someone went X1 and they were 23rd. Like, how does that happen? Like, Bushiroad, please. It doesn't make any sense. How can you go X1 and then like have at least 15 people worth of tiebreakers? That's ridiculous. But my teammate Heavy, he was also playing 7Cs, and he got top 4. So he got the invite to nationals, and you should check out our video. He's got a recap on his day, as well as a deck profile on 7Cs, which is pretty close to mine. So yeah, go check him out, and I'll see you guys later.
What's up, Stackers? Jackass here, and today we're interviewing Heavy. He recently top 4'd at the regional qualifier in Pomona, California. He was playing... Heavy, what deck were you playing?
I was playing 7Cs.
Okay. Overall, how were your matchups throughout the day? What'd you play? What was hard?
I played in 7 rounds. Check out my handy dandy notes, handwritten, dude. Could you see it?
Are you dyslexic? Like,
I actually have a pen in here, and I totally forgot to use it. So pretty handy, dude. Okay, so for my 7 rounds, first round I played Prisms. Second round I played Genesis. I don't think it was Wiseman. It was like Fenrir or something.
Revelation, so bad.
Yeah. That's third round I played Davis. 4th round I played Harmony. 5th round and 6th round I played Gears. And 7th round I played Genesis. It was Wiseman. So first round, I remember I was hit. He double crit me first stride, I think, or no, twin drive, and I was hit. He hit me to 5 damage before I even strode. So like I spent that whole first stride just fishing for PGs, basically drawing cards. Second game, it was against Genesis. I don't know what happened, but this dude, like, I almost decked out, and we almost went into time, but I think I eventually killed him. He, like, had all the cards in his hand to, like, guard, and, like, multiple attacks, too. Like, I attacked 6 times per turn, and it's Genesis. It's like, how are you getting these cards to guard, and, like, how do you always have G guards? I don't know how it happened, but luckily I won, so that was good. Third round I played Davis. His first stride was he went into Davis stride and put 5k on his. He only had 2 rears. It was Andre and Tidal Assault. His drive checks were PG, Magnum, PG, and he was at 1 damage, I think. And so I took the attacks, and then my turn. I played 2 Negro Rooks and just swung at his Tidal Assaults because I knew that his deck doesn't draw cards. So I knew that if I could kill his Tidal Assault, he would have really bad turns for the rest of the game because I already knew the 3 cards in his hand. So I killed the Tidal and just gained advantage from there. And even though I hit double crit on my strides, I put him on the side to get powers and just swung big numbers to Tidal Assault. And he had to either guard it or let it die, and both was in my advantage. So from there, like from first stride, like he was just, I was gonna win. Fourth game I played Harmony. This game almost went into deck out. He had this on my winning, the turn I was going to win. He had 2 cards left, or no, 1 card left, and I was swinging for over 21. But his last card was a G guard, and he had like the extra 5k to guard because he bounced the grade 3 and like drew a card, and it was a 5k, and it was like just enough for him to get through that turn, and then I was able to win the next turn. For round 5 was a Gears player. I actually played him in top 8. It was a really close game, but it went to time, and that turn I was going to win it. He had 3 cards in hand. It was a PG, a grade 3, and a Mellum, and my columns were 26 Van, 21 on the side, and 23 on the other side. So there was no way you were gonna be able to guard three stage 2 attacks plus Vanguard with 3 cards. But they called time, and then the judge was like, "Oh, you guys you either take double loss." So we ended up rolling for it, and like that was my only loss in rounds. I went 6-1. For round 6, I played another Gears. That also went into time, but like right before it, like I had major advantage. Like I was going to win, and so he did give it to me. Like so, thanks to that guy. Play. Yeah, like I was definitely going to win that if it didn't go time. I had like 10 cards in hand with like 3 G guards and 2 PGs. Like I wasn't gonna die, and he had like. I don't think he had enough cards to like beat me his turn. I was just not gonna die. Round 7 I played against Genesis. It was the Wiseman loop, and I knew it was the Wiseman loop. I played the early game, and like on my turn 2 I rode to 2 and played 2 2s with boosters, and like I just rushed the crap out of it because you don't want them to like ramp up. So like if you're playing Wiseman, just rush as hard as you can. And that was my breakdown of round for Swiss.
Okay, so you went 6-1, got in the top 8. They give you a pin in top 8. Is that possible?
Oh yeah, it's pretty sweet. During my top 8 match, they gave me this. At first, they gave us the top 8 pin for Buddy Fight, and we were all just like, wait, what? And like so. Yeah, but it's really nice though, man. I didn't even know they gave these out, to be honest.
It's like the only thing they do give out. So.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I was like, oh, it's cool.
Okay, so break down top 8 then. At this point, we're in the big boy leagues.
Top 8? I actually got paired up with the guy I lost to in round 5, and I was able to. In top 8, it's best of 3, so. I did 2-0 him for that, and I got to top 4.
Did it feel good?
It felt fantastic. Plus, it's Gears, man. It always feels good to beat stage 4. Terminal, dude.
All right, so now we're in top 4. What's going on?
I played against, it was Freeze Ray Messiah, and honestly, like, I just got sacked pretty hard. I lost in top 4, but like it was just bad. He rode Freeze Ray first, and on his ride to 3, I did 2 to pass, and he hit crit. So I was already at 5 damage against Link Joker, and like from then on, I didn't even stride yet. I could not take damage, and we still went into like time. Like that's how strong I think 7 Seas is. Like it's really good at adapting to stuff, but yeah, I think that Link Joker is my worst matchup.
Arguably one of your worst. Okay, so now that puts you into the game for 3 and 4th position. How did that go?
By the time we like got to for the match for like 3rd place, we were both just like honestly, we were playing like super casual. Like it was just cool to be in top 4 because top 4 gets the invitation. So it's like playing for the 3rd spot is just like it's whatever. Like you just want to hit top 4, man. That's what matters. So yeah, but I ended up playing Victor. Yeah, and I was grade stuck for I had to G assist game 1, and then game 2 I had to sit at 2 because I couldn't stride. So it was just bad overall, but it's okay. It got to top 4, so it's whatever.
Okay. So out of all the rounds of Swiss, all the rounds in top 8, what would you say your hardest match was?
My hardest.
Which round? Which deck gave you the most problems?
Gears. I played Gears 3 times that night. It's hard because they get they're really good because they could adapt to the other person too. So like if they do damage trigger, you just go for plays that draw cards. Like I assume that's what they do if you're good. So, like it's a broken deck. In my opinion, it's the best deck.
Okay.
It's the best deck.
I think we got enough to satisfy the sackers out there. Can we see the sheet real quick just before we go?
Oh.
And know that, like what we're looking at, Mr. Rufino.
Legit, dude.
Not Photoshop. It's got... All right. This has been Heavy going over his day at Pomona. This is Jackass signing out with the rest of the sackers. Keep the triggers going.